Let me record a little bit of this. This is nice. Because they got this. They also have that. And then, look. Watch this. I basically pressed record. I don't even know why. Oh my God. Why in the world I press record? Shoot. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna stop throwing my chair for the first time. Well, since I'm on here, I'm about to watch a little.
What happens if you take cold showers every day for 30 days? Day 1. Your hand turns the blue knob, ice-cold water slams into your skin. Your lungs gasp violently, breath stuck in your throat, muscles clamp down instantly. Out of the stream, wrap yourself in a uncontrollably in the cold air. Day 7. The bathroom fills with fear. You stare at the shower head like it's an enemy. Willpower forces your hand to move. Teeth chattering, you count down in your head like a man defusing a bomb. This is a mental war, 1 second against the next. Day 15. Brown fat ignites. Your body burns fuel to fight the cold. Blood retreats inward to protect vital organs. You step out of the shower, skin flushed red. Dopamine floods your brain. Sleepiness vanishes. You feel electrically alive. Day 20. The reflection in the mirror changes. Cold water tightens pores. Skin firms up. Hair no longer feels dry and brittle. Your immune defenses level up. White blood cells on constant standby. Cold viruses try to invade and get killed at the door. Day 30. Hesitation is gone. You step straight into the freezing stream without even blinking. Breathing steady. Your body no longer flinches. Cold is no longer punishment. It's a whetstone for the mind. You didn't just cleanse your body. You forged your will. What happens if you take cold showers every day for 30?
The thing is, I actually tried to do that. I actually tried to do that, but I couldn't do it. But I guess I need to try to do that. Like, I really need to try to do that. I don't even know what I'm watching. It's this skeleton dude.
What happens if you spend a week with Newton? You watch him pick up a thick steel needle. He pulls back his eyelid and forces the blunt instrument into the space between eyeball and bone. He twists his wrist, pressing against the retina, documenting the distortions of light. He overrides the warning signals of pain, using extreme self-experimentation to violently decode the underlying physics of optics. On parchment, he carves the symbols of calculus. Abandoning traditional geometry, his cortex constructs the equations of universal gravitation. He unifies the falling paths of stars and apples, locking the mechanics of the universe into a handful of formulas through pure mathematical force. You push open a laboratory thick with toxic vapor. He inhales boiling mercury fumes. His pupils tremble under heavy metal poisoning. He sets aside the alchemical crucible and walks into the Royal Mint. There, he designs ruthless anti-counterfeiting engravings and sends coin forgers to the gallows, turning economic order into a form of precise execution. He seizes authority within the Royal Society. You watch as he orders the destruction of his rival Robert Hooke's only portrait, erased.
How does they know this guaranteed? Like, this is not guaranteed at all. Like, how do they know this is guaranteed? It's not. It's just. I know I watch one of them where, like, I know it's not guaranteed to not even does that specific thing. But it's like...
his physical trace from the laboratory. He rejects academic sharing, and through sheer
How
intellectual domination, establishes a 3-century-long autocracy of classical mechanics. What happens if you spend a week with Newton? You watch him pick up a thick steel needle. He pulls back his eyelid and forces the blunt instrument into the space between eyeball and bone. He twists his wrist,
Now turn that off. Okay, it was another one.
What happens to your body if you challenge no sleep? Day 1. Adenosine cuts the power. You down black coffee, forcing your eyelids open. The world begins to stutter, blinking, and the frame rate drops. Your fingers tap. The words on the screen turn into garbled code. You suddenly stand up. Your vision goes black. Your body starts to burn through the last of its energy reserves. 36 hours in, consciousness starts to fragment. You suddenly lose track of walking. This is the ground, and your body jerks. You pick up a glass of water, but your fingers inexplicably release it. The sound of it shattering. Emotional control burns out. One moment, you're frozen. The next, you're enraged, slamming doors in frustration as you search for your phone. Reason goes offline, and instinct takes over your body. 72 hours in, your retinas begin to lie. Shadows in the corner of the room detach from the walls, creeping toward you. A clothes hanger twists into the shape of a gray earth. You whip around, but there's no one behind you. Yet you hear whispers in your ears. You shrink into the corner, nails digging into your skin as fear consumes your sanity. 96 hours in, your hippocampus goes on strike, and your memories get wiped clean. Your heart beats erratically in your chest. Cold sweat drenches your clothes. Your gaze pierces through walls as you wander aimlessly, a lost soul who can see nothing. You are reduced to a breathing shell, waiting for the inevitable shutdown. Friend, at this moment, will you close your eyes, or will you keep pushing through the exhaustion? What happens to your body if you challenge Day 1. Adenosine cuts the power. You down. The world begins to stutter, blinking, and the frame rate drops. Your fingers tap. The words on the screen turn into garbled code. You suddenly stand up. Your vision goes black. Your body starts to burn through the last of its energy reserve. 36 hours in, consciousness starts to fragment.
Burning in bed.
Track of walking. Your foot misses the
He's
ground.
on fire, trying to go to sleep. That's all I'm not seeing. I understand what he's saying.
The sound of it shattering, piercing through your ears. Your emotional control.
Okay, let's.
What happens to your body if you sleep naked for 30 consecutive days? Night 1. The last piece of fabric is stripped away. When your bare back slams into the icy cool bed sheets, a jolt like an electric current shoots straight up your spine. Core body temperature drops rapidly. The brain receives the signal. Heat dissipation complete, and you pass out as if the power's been cut. Night 5. Without the constriction and twisting of pajamas, blood circulation flows freely. The gates of deep sleep are kicked wide open, and growth hormone erupts at night. You're no longer a roasted sweet potato waking up overheated at 3 a.m., but a precision motherboard quietly being repaired at low temperature. Night 10. To maintain body temperature, the body's invisible furnace kicks into compensatory burn mode. Excess blood sugar and white fat are thrown into the fire. Even while lying completely still, your metabolic engine hums in the background. Night 20. The once damp, stuffy groin and armpits finally get proper ventilation. Fungi and bacteria that once nested there wither and collapse as the environment dries out. Skin feels clean, dry, and breathable. Night 30. The skin barrier is reset, freed from constant friction with fabric. The stratum corneum finally gets time to recover. You melt into the bedding, wrapped in a womb-like sense of freedom that pushes your dopamine threshold to the max. So tonight, do you dare to experience that silky smooth feeling of being completely bare? What happens to your body if you sleep naked for 30 consecutive days? Night 1. The last piece of fabric is stripped away. When your bare back slams into the icy cool bed sheets, a jolt like an electric current shoots straight up your spine. Core body temperature drops rapidly. The brain receives the signal. Heat dissipation complete. And you pass out as if the power's been cut.
But I just can't sit here.
Without the constriction and twisting of pajamas, blood circulation flows freely. The gates of deep sleep are kicked wide open, and growth hormone erupts at night. You're no longer a roasted sweet potato waking up over.
Okay, I'm actually gonna pay. Well, I was paying attention. Ew, look at this. Ew. Okay. Let's see.
What happens to your body if you do 50 push-ups every day for 30 days? Day 1. Your palms press into the floor. Gravity bears down on your spine. Your triceps tremble violently as they fight against it. By rep 50, your lungs are out of oxygen. Your body collapses onto the mat. Your chest flooded with the pounding of blood. Day 3. Pain takes over the nervous system. Muscle fibers tear and rebuild at a microscopic level. Your arms refuse to obey the command to push up. Lactic acid drowns the muscles. Your joints protest. Sheer willpower drags your aching body through the final count. Day 10. New neural pathways form. Your brain corrects the force pattern. The first 40 reps rise and fall smoothly. Your core locked in, sharing the load. Only in the final 10 does your breathing turn ragged. Day 20. The mirror reflects change. Chest lines carve through your shirt. You finish the 50th rep with a steady heart rate. What once was failure is now a warm-up. Day 30. Habit defeats laziness. Your body operates with hydraulic precision. From rep 1 to 50, the rhythm swings like a pendulum. Before sweat even has time to fall, the challenge is over. You've won this game against gravity. What happens to your body if you do 50 push-ups every day for 30 days? Day 1. Your palms press into the floor. Gravity bears down on your spine.
I can probably do like at least 30, but 50, I don't know. I'll probably attempt 30 every day. That's what I'm gonna try to do every day. That's just basically laziness talking. I'm not gonna do that.
Your triceps tremble violently as they fight against it. By rep 50, your lungs are out of oxygen. Your body collapses onto the mat. Your chest flooded with the pounding of blood. Day 3. Pain takes over the nervous system. Muscle fibers tear and rebuild at a microscopic level.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. I'll at least do 30. Hey, don't do that. I'm gonna try that a little bit later. Nah, that's just laziness talking. Just move this stuff. I get the full you know just get the full view. I'm sure I'll hit this. Dang it. Yeah, okay. Just laziness. I don't know how much I did, but I don't care. Yeah. Ah! Can't let laziness take. Ah! That wasn't even near to 30. God dang it. Okay. Ow! Ow! Oh, that hurts. I'm gonna have to do that every day, like this video said, in order I already feel it. Oh. Okay. Let's watch some more shorts, shall we? I'm about to look at some more shorts.
Arms refuse to obey the command to push up. Lactic acid drowns the muscles. Your joints protest. Sheer willpower drags your aching body through the final count. Day 10. New neural pathways form. Your brain corrects the force pattern. The first 40 reps rise and fall smoothly. Your core locked in, sharing the load. Only in the final 10 does your breathing turn ragged. Day 20. The mirror reflects change. Chest lines carve through your shirt. You finish the 50th rep with a steady heart rate. What once was failure is now a warm-up. Day 30. Habit defeats laziness. Your body operates with hydraulic precision. From rep 1 to 50, the rhythm swings like a pendulum. Before sweat even has time to fall, the challenge is over. You've won this game against gravity. What happens to your body if you do 50 push-ups every day for 30 days? Day 1. Your palms press into the floor. Gravity bears down on your spine. Your triceps tremble violently as they fight against it. By rep 50, your lungs are out of oxygen. Your
No, gravity cannot win against me. Tomorrow, I'm going to start it tomorrow, and then it's going to keep happening every single day. And that's what I'm going to do.
What would happen if you urinated in the Amazon River? Second 3. The warm stream betrays you. In the murky water, a nearly transparent kangaroo fish senses the temperature and flow of the urine, mistaking it for the signal of fish gills. It swims upstream toward the heat source, actually locking onto the most vulnerable...
What? That don't make no sense.
opening of your body and enters in an instant. Minute 1. A living invasion.
What? That literally do not. I lost myself in. No way. God dang, man, I locked myself in. That's crazy. Wow, I locked myself in. That's crazy. That means I need to do more friendships. But that literally do not make any sense. A fish just swims up and just gets right in there. Like what?
Triggers catastrophe. Inside the narrow passage, it flares its umbrella-like spiny fins, barbs snapping open and locking viciously into tissue. Every panic-driven muscle spasm only drives the hooks deeper. You cannot pull it out. Your fingers touch nothing but despair. Hour 5. Internal bleeding stains the river red. It begins tearing tissue and feeding.
No way. Okay, this gotta be something helpful.
What happens to your body if you eat chia seeds every day? Day 1. A spoon stirs chia seeds into water. The grains swell, greedily absorbing liquid. You swallow the gel. A mesh of fiber spreads inside your stomach. The gel props up the stomach walls. Neurons fire fullness signals to the brain, forcibly shutting down your appetite. Day 7. Intestinal muscles speed up their contractions. Soluble fiber wraps around metabolic waste. This gel-like brush scours the intestinal walls, clearing out long-accumulated residue. Probiotics feast on prebiotics and reclaim control of the digestive tract. Day 30. Your teeth crack the seeds. Omega-3 fatty acids surge into the bloodstream. Molecular shields dissolve inflammation along arterial walls. Fiber intercepts carbohydrates. Blood sugar stops spiking. Post-meal drowsiness disappears completely. Day 90. You lace up your running shoes. Muscle fibers absorb plant protein, repairing exercise-induced microtears. Calcium and magnesium lock into bone seam.
I am so confused. So confused.
Bone density quietly rises. Antioxidants drive back free radicals. Your skin sheds dullness and takes on a hydrated glow. Day 180. A measuring tape tightens around your waist. Stubborn visceral fat has retreated. Your heart pumps steadily. Cleansed blood vessels regain their elasticity. You're no longer controlled by junk food. This ancient seed has completely reset your metabolic system. What high-fiber food did you eat today? Tell me in the comments.
Chia seeds. I don't know where to find that, but I like this. I like this right there. The other one, no, I did not like it. It was uncomfortable as heck. Don't like it.
What happens to your body 30 days after you quit smoking? Minute 1. The lighter flies into the trash. Your fingers stub out the final cigarette. The smoke dissolves into the air. Nicotine stops invading your bloodstream. Minute 20. Your heart rate drops sharply. Blood pushes through blocked capillaries. Warmth returns to your fingertips. Your hands and feet are no longer cold. Hour 12. Carbon monoxide retreats from your blood. Red blood cells reclaim oxygen molecules. Your body's oxygen levels surge back.
Like, why are people just listening to that? Why does people, like, this is important right here. I don't do that. I know I made a video on it, but shoot, I don't do that.
Back to normal. Day 3. Nicotine is fully flushed from your system. The brain loses its forced dopamine supply. Irritability and anxiety take over. This is the peak of withdrawal. But coffee smells richer and food finally tastes the way it's supposed to. Day 14. Blood flow speeds up. The risk of clotting drops. Walking no longer leaves you breathless. Your steps feel lighter. That thick morning phlegm stuck in your throat is gone. Day 30. Cilia in your lungs begin to regenerate. Tiny hair-like brushes sweep tar and debris outward.
Yeah, that looked disgusting. But hey.
Coughing isn't a setback. It's your lungs doing a deep clean. Dull skin fades. Color returns to your face. You run a kilometer without your chest burning. Tobacco gives up control. You take ownership of your body again. What happens to your body 30 days after you quit smoking? Minute 1.
That's the only thing, like, quitting anything, quitting anything is you just feels a lot better.
What happens if you don't cut your hair for 10 years? Day 1. The texture is coarse. Your scalp is fully exposed, air hitting the skin directly. Head rotation is unimpeded. Movement reaches peak efficiency. No excess inertia. Month 1. Strands slip through your fingers. When you turn your head, the tips brush against the pillow. Your fingertips sense the faint resistance of living fibers. The edges of your vision remain clear.
Alright, look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. This right here. Terrible. It's not like that. I don't know. That's a different problem, but this is a whole nother problem. This is a whole nother problem.
Month 6. Hair reaches nearly 15 centimeters. The ends graze your neck, creating a dragging sensation behind you. Gravity steps in. When you lower your head, a curtain of hair drops straight down, blocking your central vision. Year 1. Hair length passes 25 centimeters. Heat builds up around the neck. As you walk, long hair repeatedly strikes your back with inertia. Head turns are no longer crisp. Your shoulders must rotate in sync. Year 5. 2 kilograms of keratin hang from your scalp. Washing and drying drain your physical energy. To balance the shifting center of mass, your spine is forced to tilt forward. In sleep, you turn over again and again to avoid trapping your hair beneath your body and tearing the scalp. Year 10. Your hair sinks into dust, coils around your legs. Every turn becomes a contest with gravity. You step forward with your left foot and land on a fallen curtain of hair. Balance collapses instantly. You are tripped by your own growth. What happens if you don't cut your hair for 10 years?
Don't cut your hair for 10 years. I think I did that. Until I cut it this small. What minutes I have on here? I have like 20 minutes. Should I cut it off? I think I should. But I want to do one more. One more.
What happens if you stop drinking water? 6 hours without water. Your brain detects a drop in fluid volume. Thirst signals explode like alarms. You choose to ignore them. Your kidneys enter emergency mode. They shut the valves and hoard every remaining drop. Urine turns dark and scarce. Brain tissue begins to shrink from dehydration, physically pulling...
Ew. 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 Yeah, just remember to drink water. I drink water. I do.
Away from the skull. That tension triggers intense headaches. After 24 hours, sweat production shuts down. Your body loses its only cooling system. Core temperature spikes. You become a furnace that can't release heat. Saliva dries up. Swallowing turns into... Blood pressure crashes. Dizziness sets in. You're not just thirsty, you're drying out. After 48 hours, blood thickens into a sludge-like gel.
Has this information, but I don't know how to...
Your heart pounds wildly just to push it through the vessels. Skin turns gray and loses elasticity. Toxins build up in the bloodstream. With no water to flush them out, you begin poisoning yourself. Reason breaks down. Hallucinations may appear. After 3 days, vital organs seize up one by one. The liver fails. The brain overheats and forcibly shuts off consciousness. You slip into a coma. In the silence, the heart stops beating. Game over. Water isn't just a drink. It's the fuel that keeps this machine running. Don't wait for the headache. Go drink a glass now. What happens if you stop drinking water?
Good point. Good point. I'm back. On time. Said drink water.
6 hours without water. Your brain detects a drop in fluid volume.
Yep. Drink that water. While I'm drinking water, I do not want to hear it. So I guess that's going to be the end of that.
What happens if you spend You watch him pick up a thick steel needle. He pulls back his eyelid and forces the blunt instrument into the space between eyeball and bone. He twists his wrist, pressing against the retina, documenting the distortions of light. He overrides the warning signals of pain, using extreme self-experimentation to violently decode the underlying physics of optics. On parchment, he carves the symbols of calculus. Abandoning traditional geometry, his cortex constructs the equations of universal gravitation. He unifies the falling paths of stars and apples.
Like, why does his eyes go like that? Like, yeah, right. I look like a goofball. Like, what? Like I said, looking like a goofball.
Locking the mechanics of the universe into a handful of formulas through pure mathematical force. You push open a laboratory thick with toxic vapor. He inhales boiling mercury fumes. His pupils tremble under heavy metal poison. He sets aside the alchemical crucible and walks into the royal mint. There, he...
sassy looking skeleton, like, what's called a ghost, like, might as well be a ghost. You look like you ain't...
He designs ruthless anti-counterfeiting engravings and sends coin forgers to the gallows, turning economic order into...
Exactly, a ghost. Look at that. Just up there. Dead skeleton up there. Dead ghost up there.
To a form of precise execution. He seizes authority within the Royal Society. You watch as he orders the destruction of his rival Robert Hooke's only portrait, erasing his physical trace from the laboratory. He rejects academic sharing, and through...
How do you turn to this, something like this? Well, how did I turn to something like this? Because I want to turn to just a skull head. Like, this is not me. This is not... Like I said, this is not me. That is not me.
Through sheer intellectual domination, establishes a 3-century-long autocracy of classical mechanics. What happens if you spend a week with Newton? You watch him pick up a thick...
Like, come on. Sassy looking... Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this right here. This is what I'm gonna do right here. Not eat. I have to do push-ups.
What happens to your body if you do 50 push-ups every day for 30 days? Day 1, your palms press into the floor. Gravity bears...
Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. Not 50, but at least 30. I might go check on this. Oh, shoot. Look at that. You know, I just post my home. Speaking of that, I'm gonna go watch a little bit of me. I'm gonna go listen to a little bit of me. Okay. I changed my name, by the way. Yeah, I changed my name. I changed my name, man. Stuck in a suitcase. This is not the best part. Puzzle up, let's see, looking like a cheat code. Puzzle up, look like a tree, built like a scene. Look like me, live on the scene. Felt like me, yeah, with the beam, yeah, with my dream.
Beefing with the sun like every pay.
I just got to work. I had to pay to work there. I just got paid. I gotta pay to get paid.
I just got a Tommy gun.
I can take a Navy. I don't know.
I wanna go to Walmart.
Get some pay.
I wanna go to McDonald's to get some burgers. It's just like chicken.
I don't even know what he's saying, man.
And I want me a Red Bull so I can get my wing out the beat so my brother can continue cooking.
What is
outside.
Stuck in the suitcase.
Look like fruitcase.
Still with my toothpaste. Still on the roof pace. Since 19, hit with a brick. I just solved them. Look like a cheat code. Puzzle up.
Look like a tree.
Look like a scene.
Look like me.
Live on the scene.
Look like me.
Yeah, with the beam. Yeah, with my dreams.
This one my best one.
You and so cause you know in the past like I broke the limit.
This is my favorite one. This is my not my favorite one. The first one. Don't call me a suspect if you find a body stash. Leave the case closed, cause you know I'm not in court. Leave my house now, cause I have no evidence. Call me Zodiac. I live a little in your house. Try to lock yourself in, I can blast right through the door. Let me give you something else, cause I know they gonna listen. Guilty but not guilty. Guilty but not guilty. Guilty but not guilty.
Guilty but not guilty.
Actually working on another one. Battery charge, I never had it before. 90% last charge, never been. Charge never been, man, we ain't gonna get one. We gonna drop your head. Listen to the microphone, front of my house. Still front of the foxes, buried in my box. Still pushing, still burning white.
Still itching it, itching bullet, burning up his head.
Blowing up the street.
I can relate to a fire.
Cause burn with a state.
Mental capacity.
Living like tragedy. I know I said it before, now who's tripping? Hold a gun to his face, calling him a cantaloupe. Bloody legs, his ass kicked it in his soul. Real evidence, haven't seen this since years.
Chop off your head.
Call another cheesecake. There's a buddy right there, acting really funny. For the third shaking, now you have to make it maker. 22, I'ma drop him in the fire.
Call her chicken legs, I'ma see.
See, look at, see, one. Who's getting dropped in the fire? Who is the one getting dropped in the fire? Like I said! Like, get him out of here.
Auto thighs. Leave her my body, I'm in the dirt. Big bone lady.
Walking down the street.
Big sweet lady, look good to eat.
Tell him my door is closed, you know what it means. Back to what I said, take an axe to his head.
Read the paper now.
Ain't proven guilty yet. God dang, I mean not at all. Look who's tripping. Gotta get the heck out of here playing Temple Run.
What the heck is that?
Need to hide in my house. Back tonight. Sleep cause I wanna go drought. Really good words that I gotta go say. Listening, no day listening.
Tell him, not finding nothing. You serious? You're not finding anything.
Are you?
You're not finding nothing.
I don't get it.
anything. Nothing at all.
Don't call me a suspect if you find a body stash. Leave the case closed, cause you know I'm not in court. Leave my house now, cause I have no evidence.
Itching.
Call me Zodiac.
I live a riddle.
Okay.
Let me give you something else, cause I know he but not guilty.
I know it's 7 minutes long, man. Look at that, 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
Hold on, living on the stairs. Living saying cheer,
What the heck I said? I didn't even know the words.
Hey, yo!
Give another classic card.
Good standing. Give away your necks.
Leave him in the trash.
That's where he's at.
Keep his head hanging.
Ain't talking no
Hang time.
I'm falling.
it down, turning up a stove. Never ask me, but body's in the house. Cutting Jason head, send him to the moon. Evidence you see, what? Evidence you don't. Guilty you plead, put your head down. Chopping up the scene, give me a call. Chop it up, now break it down. No, you got some. Turn you into instant ramen, now you be like soup. Mix it up and cook it. When you ever mess, I'm no LD. I'm the next scene, no party on me. Breaking your spleen, kill like a coffee mug, break them into pieces. Gotta get out of your heart, never speak it this again. Watch you shot in your spine, put it up for decoration. Pete, take your head, chop the pieces.
This is my favorite part.
Watch Goofy bleed out,
play
looking for the ear.
Back here, dude. To another coon. Take another dude, you might do it in the house.
Go over string,
Ain't gonna go around the we're gonna talk. Good recognition, blowing up your top. People say you ain't seeing this. Pretty girl blowing on his face.
You're not finding nothing.
Nothing of the sort.
Let me get up out of here. Exactly. Don't call me your sus.
Oh, this is the last part. Oh! Shut up! God dang it, man! I'm over here listening to me! Me! Dang, man. But I'm gonna cut it off because I just want to react to the little shorts. I don't know. That's all.